Okay, so picture this. It's the 1980s, right? And maybe you're a kid staring at a Tamiya catalog. You see these incredible 110 scale RC buggies. The Hornet, the Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Absolute legends. They looked amazing, the dream machines. But let's be real, they were complex.
It's expensive.
Kind of out of reach for a lot of us back then.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, well, they were smart. They saw this huge group of kids, maybe like you, who loved the idea of RC cars, the look, the feel,
Yeah.
but couldn't quite jump into the full-scale hobby.
Right. Too much money, too complicated, maybe?
Precisely. So they had this really brilliant strategic insight. And in 1986, they unveiled something that wasn't just another product. It was like a key.
A key. You mean the Mini 4WD line?
That's the one.
Yeah.
They distilled everything cool about the big RC cars, the aggressive style, the building part, the speed, and shrunk it.
Down to 132 scale. Much more affordable, much easier to get into.
Exactly. And that's what this deep dive is all about today. We're looking at the history of that specific junior lineage. Tamiya designed this whole parent-child thing,
So the Mini 4WDs were the juniors to the big RC parents.
You got it. It was about building that brand loyalty early, creating this natural path. Start with the junior, maybe eventually upgrade to the full RC kit later on. Clever stuff.
Super clever.
Yeah.
So starting with that strategy, how did the actual product line take shape? You mentioned a golden age, like 1986 to 93.
Yeah, that's when things really kicked off. It started basically with two models in 86, the Hotshot Junior and the Hornet Junior.
Okay, names I recognize for the big RC cars.
Directly linked. They weren't just random designs. These minis mirrored the icons. And crucially, they came with the brand new Type 1 chassis. That was the foundation.
Right, the starting block. Did it stay just buggies for long?
Oh, no, they moved fast. By 87, 88, you still had classic buggies coming out like the Fox Junior, but they broadened the appeal.
How so?
They brought in the monster truck style. Think Wild Willie Jr., Lunchbox Jr., totally different vibe. And that led to chassis innovation, too.
Like what?
Well, the Monster Beetle Jr., that was number 18010, it actually introduced the Type 3 chassis.
Type 3, what was special about that?
It was specifically tweaked, really designed to make doing wheelies easier. Poppin' wheelies shows they were already thinking about different play styles, segmenting the market a bit.
Okay, so different styles, different chassis, but when did it get, serious?
Yeah.
More about actual racing.
Ah, that's a key moment. 1988, the Avante Junior. That car, number 18014, was a watershed. It debuted the Type 2 chassis.
Type 2, why was that such a big deal?
Okay, several things. Lower center of gravity, for starters. Better cooling for the motor. But the killer feature really was the removable gear cover.
Removable gear cover.
Yeah,
Does that matter?
Trackside tuning. Suddenly, you could swap out gears really easily right there at the track to adjust for conditions. That single change basically turned Mini 4WD from just a cool model into a genuine tunable racing platform.
Wow, okay. So the racing scene itself started driving the tech.
Absolutely. You have to connect it to events like the Japan Cup, which Tamiya sponsored. All that competition, all the feedback from racers pushing the limits that directly fed back into chassis design.
Makes sense. So after Type 2,
You saw evolution. The Type 4 chassis, which came with the Manta Ray Jr., was basically an evolution of the Type 2. Longer wheelbase, for better stability at high speeds.
faster tracks, needed more stability.
Exactly. And then things got even more extreme with the Zero chassis.
Zero sounds like
Yeah,
less of everything.
pretty much. It was aggressively skeletonized.
Wow.
They cut away as much material as possible to make it incredibly lightweight. Pure, speed-focused design, almost a speed at all costs kind of thing.
Intense. But then, moving into the mid-90s, things shifted again, right?
They did. The whole market dynamic changed, massively influenced by anime. Series like Bakushu, Izdai, Let's and Go
Huh?
became hugely popular.
The Let's and Go era. I remember that.
Right. And suddenly the focus shifted. It wasn't so much about making mini versions of existing RC cars, the juniors. It became about these original character-driven designs from the anime. A whole different appeal, tied to story and characters.
So what happened to those original Golden Age juniors? Are they just forgotten?
Oh, definitely not. For collectors today, those original kits, especially with their original chassis like Type 1 or 2, can be really rare and valuable. Condition matters, box art, all that stuff.
But Tamiya didn't just leave it there, did they?
No way. And this is another stroke of brilliance, I think. They started doing modern re-releases. You might see, say, a Grasshopper II Jr. back on the shelves.
But it's not exactly the same.
That's the clever part. You get the classic body, all that nostalgia, but underneath, it's running on a much, much better modern chassis, like the Super 2 or one of the others.
Best of both worlds. The retro look with modern performance.
Exactly. It keeps the history alive, but makes them genuinely competitive and fun to build and run now.
Nah.
Masterful, really.
So when you look back at that original Junior line, its influence feels pretty huge then.
Undeniably. It was the perfect gateway. It taught basic mechanical skills, built this incredibly strong brand loyalty for Tamiya, and honestly, it set the whole aesthetic foundation for basically all Mini 4WDs that followed.
It really laid the groundwork.
More than just groundwork, that junior line wasn't just selling toys. It was effectively multi-generational brand indoctrination. It built a pipeline, ensuring Tamiya had dedicated fans and customers for years to come across their whole range of hobbies.
A fascinating strategy start to finish. So listening to this deep dive, what really jumps out at you? Is it that cleverness of creating such an accessible entry point into a bigger, maybe more intimidating hobby? Or maybe how Tamiya managed to weave that nostalgia for the classics together with totally modern performance in the re-releases makes you think, doesn't it? How that kind of stepping stone approach, easing people in, could work in other areas, other hobbies, maybe even business or learning new skills. Something to chew on.